In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on December 18, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Alabama versus North Dakota. The Alabama Crimson Tide will face off against the North Dakota Fighting Hawks on Wednesday, December 18th, at the Betty Engelstad Sioux Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. This matchup pits one of the nation's top teams against a struggling squad as Alabama continues its strong season while North Dakota looks to turn things around in front of its home crowd. The North Dakota Fighting Hawks enter the game with a 4-8 record after suffering a 95-85 defeat to UTSA in their most recent outing. In that loss, the Fighting Hawks trailed by 5 points at halftime, 39-34, and allowed a disappointing 56 points in the second half, sealing their fate. North Dakota struggled with efficiency, shooting 44.6% from the field, 39.4% from three-point range, and a mere 53.8% from the free throw line. Prior to that matchup, the Fighting Hawks also fell to UTSA by a closer margin of 80-76 and were handed a decisive 80-57 loss by Utah Valley, further compounding their challenges this season. The Alabama Crimson Tide, on the other hand, boast an impressive 8-2 record and are coming off an 83-75 victory over Creighton in their last game. Alabama led 37-31 at halftime and continued to perform well in the second half, adding 46 points to secure the win. The Crimson Tide shot 42.9% from the field but struggled from long range, converting only 20% of their three-point attempts. They compensated for this with a solid 77.3% accuracy from the free throw line. Before the Creighton game, Alabama posted a dominant 94-79 victory over North Carolina but suffered a setback in a loss to Oregon earlier in the season. Statistically, Alabama has the edge in offensive production, averaging 17 more points per game than North Dakota. Meanwhile, the Fighting Hawks hold a slight advantage on defense, allowing half a point fewer points per game than the Crimson Tide. Alabama, however, is winning games by an average margin of 11 points, while North Dakota is losing by an average of 6 points. The Fighting Hawks have struggled significantly with shooting this season, ranking among the bottom 20 teams nationally in field goal percentage and among the bottom 40 in three-point percentage. In contrast, Alabama ranks as the 6th best rebounding team in the country, which could further tilt the odds in their favor. Currently ranked number 6 in the nation, Alabama is entering this game with momentum from back-to-back wins against North Carolina and Creighton. Despite being on the road, the Crimson Tide has demonstrated exceptional scoring ability, averaging over 88 points per game and shooting nearly 47% from the field. Meanwhile, North Dakota has lost 3 consecutive games and has allowed opponents to score at least 80 points in 4 of their last 5 contests. While North Dakota may start strong in front of their home crowd, Alabama's superior talent and depth make them the clear favorites. So the Alabama Crimson Tide to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, Alabama is one of the most explosive teams in the nation, averaging 89 points per game, ranking 5th overall. Defensively, however, they allow 78 points per game, which places them at 318th in the country. The Crimson Tide shoot 46.7% from the field, 31.7% from three-point range, and 73.2% from the free throw line. Additionally, they are an elite rebounding team, pulling down 43.7 boards per game, the 6th best mark nationally. In comparison, North Dakota averages 72 points per game, ranking 270th in scoring offense, and they allow 77 points per game, ranking 307th defensively. The Fighting Hawks shoot just 40.4% from the field and 29.8% from beyond the arc. At the free throw line, they convert only 66.8% of their attempts, ranking 301st. However, they are respectable on the boards, averaging 39.8 rebounds per game, which ranks 58th nationally. With Alabama's potent offense and North Dakota's defensive struggles, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Butler versus Marquette. Conference play in the Big East kicks off this week with an exciting matchup between the Butler Bulldogs, who come into the game with a 7-4 record, and the number 9 ranked Marquette Golden Eagles, standing at 9-2. These two teams faced off twice last season, with each team securing a victory on the road, splitting the series evenly. Butler enters this contest following a neutral site loss to Wisconsin, falling 83-74 as 4.5-point underdogs. On the other hand, Marquette is also coming off a tough loss, dropping a road game to Dayton 71-63 as 1.5-point favorites. Both teams will look to rebound as they begin the grind of conference competition. This game represents a challenging situation for Butler as they face a determined Marquette squad that will be eager to bounce back after suffering their worst loss of the season to Dayton. The Golden Eagles, who are keen on maintaining their top 10 national ranking, have lost 2 of their last 3 games, making this an opportune moment for them to refocus and assert their dominance. Marquette's speed and offensive prowess will likely pose significant problems for Butler. The Golden Eagles' top 3 scorers, who all returned from last season, have developed strong chemistry and are well prepared for the demands of Big East play. Cam Jones, one of the premier guards in the country, stands out with his impressive 6'5" frame, scoring over 20 points per game, leading the team in assists and shooting above 40% from three-point range. Butler's defense, ranked 103rd in efficiency, will struggle to contain him, particularly against a Marquette offense that ranks 17th nationally in efficiency. Last season, the road team emerged victorious both straight up and against the spread in their 2 matchups. Both squads have encountered stiff competition recently, with Butler going 1-2 straight up against 3 top 25 opponents over their last 5 games. Marquette, meanwhile, has faced 3 ranked teams this season, winning 2 of those contests, including an impressive 14-point victory over number 11 Wisconsin just 10 days ago. Butler's current 3-game losing streak includes defeats against 2 ranked opponents, but their middle loss was particularly concerning, falling at home to North Dakota State despite being favored by 13.5 points. Additionally, Butler suffered a crushing 28-point defeat in their only true road game this season against number 17 Houston. With the conference opener being played at home, the Golden Eagles have the perfect opportunity to establish momentum and shake off their recent losses. Notably, Marquette is 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games against Butler, further underscoring their edge in this matchup. So the Marquette Golden Eagles to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This game highlights a contrast between a highly efficient offensive team and a merely average one. Last season, the total score fell under the projected line in both meetings, with the teams averaging a combined 140.5 points per game. This style is emblematic of Big East basketball, where games often become more physical and defense-oriented as conference play intensifies. While Marquette's offensive firepower remains impressive, their scoring averages have been somewhat inflated by early season games against weaker opponents. Against tougher competition, the Golden Eagles have scored 78 points or fewer in 4 of their 5 games against power conference teams. Furthermore, they have managed 70 points or fewer in 2 of their last 3 contests. Neither team plays at a particularly fast pace, with Marquette ranking 147th in tempo and Butler coming in at 206th, according to Ken Palm. This deliberate style of play will likely prevent the game from turning into a high-scoring affair. Butler has scored 74 points or fewer in each of their last 4 games and in 7 games overall this season. Additionally, the under has hit in the last 5 meetings between these 2 teams. Given the trends and playing styles, under the projected total is our fuel game total pick. Arizona versus Samford. The Samford Bulldogs and the Arizona Wildcats are set to face off on Wednesday in a college basketball showdown at McKale Center. Arizona heads into this matchup on the heels of a 1-game losing streak and has faced challenges recently, dropping 3 of their last 5 games. Meanwhile, Samford enters the contest riding high on a 5-game winning streak, looking to extend their impressive run. The Bulldogs began their season strong, claiming victories against Mississippi College, Rhodes, North Alabama, and Texas Southern before suffering a loss to Michigan State. Since that setback, Samford has been dominant, securing wins over North Dakota State, Utah Valley, West Georgia, South Carolina State, and Austin Peay. In their most recent game on December 8th against Austin Peay, the Bulldogs controlled the action. They managed a 26-22 edge in the first half and exploded with a 46-25 run in the second, cruising to a commanding 72-47 victory. On the other hand, Arizona started their season with promising wins against against Canisius, Old Dominion, and Davidson. However, their performance has dipped recently as they've gone 1-3 in their last 4 games, suffering losses to Oklahoma, West Virginia, and UCLA, with their sole victory in that span coming against Southern Utah. In their most recent outing against UCLA on Saturday, the Wildcats found themselves down by 2 points at halftime. Despite a close second half, where they were outscored 27-26, Arizona fell short in a narrow 57-54 defeat. Samford looked sharp in their recent blowout win against Austin Peay, despite a slow start and shooting just 40.9% from the field. The Bulldogs dominated the boards with a 46-33 rebounding advantage and dished out 18 assists. During their current 5-game winning streak, Samford has consistently scored 72 points or more in every game, including 84 or more in 4 of them. As for Arizona, the Wildcats showed resilience in their tight battle against a highly skilled UCLA squad. However, turnovers proved costly as they committed 22, leading to 27 points for the Bruins. Arizona has faced tough competition this season and has been competitive in many of those matchups, but they have struggled to close out games during their recent 2-5 stretch. This game has the makings of an intriguing contest, but Samford has demonstrated enough momentum to potentially keep things close. Therefore, the Samford Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Offensively, Arizona has been impressive this season, averaging 83 points per game, which highlights their ability to score effectively when they find their rhythm. However, their defensive struggles have been apparent as they have allowed opponents to score an average of 72 points over their last 5 games. In contrast, Samford's offense has been exceptional during their 5-game winning streak, averaging a remarkable 87 points per game. Given these dynamics, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.